If your heavy-duty diesel truck suddenly throws a check engine light, and you find a P2207 code stored in the computer, you are looking at a problem with your nitrogen oxide sensor heater control circuit on bank 1. This is a common issue for owners of Cummins or Ram trucks, as well as many other diesel vehicles that rely on these sensors to keep emissions in check by monitoring the levels of nitrogen oxide leaving the exhaust after combustion. These sensors are built tough with ceramic and zirconia to handle the heat, but they need a dedicated heater circuit to get them up to operating temperature quickly rather than just waiting for the exhaust to warm up on its own. When your engine control module sees a voltage that is higher than expected on this heater circuit, it triggers this specific code. And while you might not notice a huge difference in how the truck drives right away, your fuel economy will likely take a hit, and you will definitely fail your next emissions test. You might see an intermittent check engine light, or even a message on your dash about the exhaust system needing service. The most common reasons this happens include a defective nitrogen oxide sensor or a failure within the internal heater element itself, but you should also look for water getting into the connectors or melted wiring harnesses, because these parts sit very close to the scorching hot exhaust pipes. To fix this, you should start by checking for any technical service bulletins for your specific year and model, since manufacturers often release updates for these sensitive systems. You will want to inspect the wiring harness for any signs of chafing or melted plastic, and then move on to testing the sensor at the connector using a digital multimeter to see if the resistance values match what the factory service manual requires. If you have been running an aftermarket tuner or programmer, you might be producing too much soot, which can coat the sensor and cause it to fail prematurely, so cleaning the sensor or returning to stock settings might be necessary. Since diesel exhaust components get incredibly hot, always let the truck sit for a few hours before you start poking around down there. And if you find that the engine control module itself has been damaged by moisture, you will likely need to head to a dealership, because a new module usually requires specialized programming tools that only a professional shop will have on hand. If a simple harness repair or sensor replacement does not clear the code after a few drive cycles, then it is time to call in a professional technician to perform a deeper dive into the electronics.